Hey, Red, I think we need to do something special, man. Like, since we both at the crib.
Stay home, park your automobile. In a soft pit, this that quarantine chill. Snacks on deck, cups get filled. Flow like my water, we both distilled. Steaks in the freezer, throw it on the grill. Vegans what you eat and throw it on the grill. Such a great time to create, innovate, animate what you make if you sitting on the scale. Phone ain't ringing, they collecting no bills. Plotting on my dream, how I'm whipping for a wheel. Driving a Wrangler in Beverly Hills. Humble with 100. A meat with a meal. Welcome to my house party, so trill. 6 Oreos and a glass of tall milk. And my cousin Carl Winslow and my Uncle Phil. Gotta get it how you get it, gotta live how you live. Facts on when it been given a few minutes. Clock's been spinning, this time is just ticking. I'm hoping that you get it this gift we've been giving. The song a new rhythm, my time is extended. The space time from the waistline up. Cause I ain't got no pants on, get comfortable. I'm sending you good vibes if you having it rough. Let's say a prayer for the ones that been having it tough. Stay inside, come on, let's chill. Grab a vibe, come on, let's chill. Relax your mind, come on, let's chill. Quarantine chill, quarantine chill. Stay inside, come on, let's chill. Grab a vibe, come on, let's chill. Relax your mind, come on, let's chill. Quarantine chill, quarantine chill. Quarantine chill,
Right.
quarantine chill. Yeah. Quarantine chill,
We all
chill, quarantine chill.
no matter. Yeah.
Quarantine chill,
I know everybody in the crib right now.
chill.
Let's make the best of it. It's all good. Let's love. Be productive. Do what we supposed to do. Alright?
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
Yes,
Welcome to
yeah.
the Sparring Session. We are back for another week. We missed y'all last week. We didn't get a chance to do our thing, you know what I'm saying? But we back. We appreciate y'all tuning in, hanging out with us. Make sure y'all share this with a friend or two. We are live on Groove Radio Detroit, on Mixcloud, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So we appreciate y'all tuning in. I am Boog, your host. I also got my friends along with me. We got Jay on my grind,
Ow, ow. Hey, y'all. Hey.
Miss Tangerine,
Hey.
and Sir Brock. is in
What's
the
up,
building.
y'all? What's going on?
So
What's up, Sir Brock?
we missing one of our homies, but hopefully he'll be able to join in later in the broadcast. But once again, welcome to the Sparring Session, music and sports podcast, as well as whatever else we feel like we want to talk about. So we appreciate y'all coming on. We're going to get started. Once again, make sure that you share this with somebody. You can share this stream, mixcloud.com/live/Groove Radio DET. You can also view it on Twitch, twitch.tv/Groove Radio DET. You can also go to my YouTube. If you're following me on YouTube, it's youtube.com/C/DJL Boog. All right. We're also live on the Groove Radio Detroit Facebook page. So all you gotta do is put in at Groove Radio DET on Facebook, and you right there with us. So again, what's up to everybody? How y'all doing?
Hey.
Yeah.
Last one of
Hey,
2020, baby.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year.
It's almost over. 2020 almost
Happy
over.
New Year to everybody.
This went by fast.
It's been an
It
eventful
really
day. My
It went
God.
by really fast.
Woo.
I mean, sitting at home, sitting up in my room. It went by real fast. Now we think about
Come on
you.
Right.
Okay.
Here we go, Tangerine. Okay.
Let's
Y'all,
thank our
hey, look,
sponsor.
I got
Right.
myself.
Well, definitely we're going to shout out
I
the
got myself
sponsors
a
real
microphone,
quick.
so I'm ready. Yes.
So we're going to shout out cheesepressnails.com.
That's me.
Shout out to Cheese Press Nails.
Hey.
So make sure y'all holler at my girl Tangerine. All the ladies, if y'all need, that quick fix, y'all need to get snazzy.
Right.
Y'all need to be looking nice.
I'm trying to find
You got
out
it.
my
You got it. You got it.
Holler at Tangerine. Also, shout out to Red Light Readings, our other sponsor.
That girl right there.
My
Right.
big cheerleader and
Aww.
Shout out to Vaughn.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
shout out
it.
to Vine. Also, shout
I
out
love
to
it. Hey,
Detroit
Vaughn.
Warm. Shout out to keeping Detroit warm. My girl
Yes.
Gianna,
Yes.
she is still taking donations.
Hey.
She need to come get mine.
Yes.
They're still in my car, in my back seat. Let me tell you,
It's
my heart is always in the right place.
It's the entire season.
Yeah,
Of
the entire
course it
winter
is.
season. It's gonna be cold for a while. So if you have some,
It's the entire winter season. So come on, give me what you got.
yeah. So gloves, hats,
Go on,
scarves,
book. Keep saying. Yep.
coats, whatever you got that's gently used, or if you want to get something brand new for some families and some individuals that are in need during this winter season, please do that. So make sure you holler at me.
Thank you to everybody who has already donated.
You can reach her via email, keepingdetroitwarm@gmail.com. You can also follow her on Instagram and Facebook, Keeping Detroit Warm. All right, so make sure y'all do that. Yeah. Biggest thing is shout out to everybody that's been supporting the show on Wednesdays. Every time we go live, we appreciate you guys tuning in and checking in and
thank you.
Questions and commenting and all that good stuff. So we appreciate y'all. So we're gonna start off with let's see. Sir Brock. We're gonna start off with four topics. You know what I'm saying? Because what was that?
You good?
Oh, I was like, that was a random sound. Like, I don't know what happened. Anyway, Brock, New Year's resolutions. Or are they reality checks? Which one?
I think, to be honest, man, I think it's a little bit of both. Because it's like, because every December 30th, December 31st, we get optimistic, we get hopeful, and looking forward to what's to come. We think about, we get perspective about what's happened the last 11 months, and then we get optimistic and hopeful about what we have to look forward to in the upcoming year. So, and people, like I said, I posted in on my social media not so long ago about people love to make, at this time of year, they love to make resolutions, or what I like to call introspective reality check. They take inventory about everything that happened, but then they start planning, and they start with their vision board. They start goal setting for the next year. So it's like, to me, it's a little bit of both, because you have to be real about what you're making resolutions for. You can't just be fishing. You can't just be fishing and without a plan. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to be introspective, but you have to be hopeful. Yes, a little bit of both. You have to be real, but yeah, go for it. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So yeah, it's definitely a little bit of both.
Absolutely. That's a good perspective.
I do like that.
I agree.
I never looked at it like a reality check. Like when you said New Year's resolution. It's more as just what are my goals or what are my hopes for the upcoming year. Like typically, I never hold on to my New Year's resolutions. Seriously, like I make them, and sometimes they be so far-fetched that I don't know. I just
right.
But
you think it sounds good at the time, but then you start.
It does. Like, yes, I'm gonna be so focused because I'm gonna do this. I'm about to say this, accomplish this.
Right.
And I just maybe I be trying to be my own hype man, but then I don't have the follow through. So, like, I want to say 2020. This has been the first year that I've accomplished, I want to say, all my goals on my list when I made New Year's resolutions. And I don't know, like last year, I told y'all New Year's Eve was the first year I spent by myself. And I intentionally did that to write out and think about what did I want for this upcoming year. And it was just like, I'm always all over the place. So now I got time to just sit down and be still. So I've accomplished everything that's on my list.
Oh.
One is iffy. One is
that's
like
good.
this. But everything else, I lost the weight. I started the business. I saved the money. I got organized. The only thing that's like, is one area. You just gonna leave it like that.
Oh, you ain't gonna let the cat out the bag, huh? You gonna keep that.
Because
Because it's not a love life. it's not more of a love life, but it's a social life. So, but it's good. It's in a good place, but it's not like that. Ooh, like I'm not in love, but I'm in a good place. Like this is good. So everything is looking up. I can't complain about nothing in 2020 besides not seeing people, but
Yeah.
That's true.
2020 was
What about you, Jay? New Year's
2020 was
resolution?
up and down. I do make New Year's resolutions. I try not to wait. Like I try not to let my bad habits go all year and then try to change them, you know, come January 1st. Like I try to correct my behavior throughout the year, you know, just trying to be proactive, try to make better decisions and things like that. But the best New Year's resolution that I made that I held on to was that I gave up Pepsi. And that was in 2018. I took back a undisclosed amount of bottles to Meyer, and Ollie was like, is gonna fall out your body. Like you function, you drink entirely too much Pepsi. I mean, you could park a Pepsi truck outside my house, and I would be perfectly fine with that. But at that point, I was like, you know what? I had a reality check. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be laid up in a hospital years and years and years from now. Decisions that I made in 2018. So I went and got a 2-liter, killed that 2-liter New Year's Eve 2018, and I haven't had a touch of Pepsi since. And I've been tempted, but I haven't. So here's resolutions can actually work, but you just have to be vigilant and disciplined.
That's good though. Pepsi is my weakness. So hats off to you.
It was mine as well.
Pepsi is the weakness.
But now,
Canada Dry.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, see
That is classic right there.
If I'm addicted to anything, it's Verner's and Canada Dry.
Really?
Canada Dry though, when it's cold, forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
I used to drink Verner's, but now that I have been so on Canada Dry, the Verner's is so sweet to me that I can taste all of the like artificial sweeteners. Yeah. I mean, it's not the same type of ginger that you get from the Canada Dry. So I really don't prefer Verner's anymore. Y'all can take my Detroit card. Verner's is great with ice cream. It's great in a float.
Verner's is purposely strong.
Boston Cooler me, please.
Boston Coolers tomorrow. Thank you for that. I'm putting that on my menu list.
Yes, Boston Cooler me,
I haven't
please.
had that in a minute.
Yes.
I haven't had that in a minute. That's good.
Listen, let me tell you real quick before we go to the next topic, or if Boog, if you want to chime in this one, listen. Boston Coolers, I tell you, the best ones to get on Jefferson, right past Cadillac. There's a Black-owned ice cream parlor. I don't know what their name is. I don't even know the name of the establishment, but I fondly call them the Black Man and the Black Lady. They're older, but they have everything that an ice cream parlor has, and then they have like your fried selection. So you can get a cheeseburger, hamburger, get you some ice cream, and packed, soft serve, slushes, floats, all. The Boston Coolers are the .com. Like they're the stuff.net. You know, they're the junk DU, if you get my drift. Like they're slapping place. I just Black Man. He's on Jefferson next to the BPM, down past Cadillac. Yeah.
All right.
Got to check that out.
That's my contribution.
That's your contribution.
Yeah. That's my contribution. That's my contribution.
Wifey said, "What up, beautiful people?"
Hey,
Hey,
but my clock worked, but I lost my debit card, y'all. Am I the only person that misplaces a debit card all the time?
It's the wrong time of year for
I
that.
can't lose
It's in my house. I check my account every day. Nobody has used it, and it's usually in my house or in my car. So I just been waiting to after New Year to order one. So like any deliveries or packages I need, I can still use the card on file.
Right.
I've been saving money though.
Oh.
I think that in itself.
Well, that's good.
2020. I think 2020 gave everybody a lesson in patience.
Yes.
Yeah. So saving patience and saving money. Yeah, we became pros at saving money in 2020.
Well, you ain't really have a choice.
Right.
And I can't even really say people became pros because you really had to do it out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to. People are pros. We'll see what they do when the world opens back up and how fat they savings accounts stay. You know what I'm saying? When the world open back up. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't bought clothes really, so I think I saved on clothes, but I spend on food now because I started like not cooking.
Definitely. Most
when
definitely.
this first started, I cooked all the time, and it was like a Guinness World Book of Records as much as I cooked. Now I'm back to the same old Chandra, same OG over here.
Yeah,
Boog,
I'm about to start cooking again. So that's not a New Year's resolution. It's just a necessary life change because during this pandemic we just got away from doing some of the things that we were already doing last year. So we got lazy and we started eating out more than we should have. Like it's just like okay, like dang, I look in the mirror like yeah, I didn't put on this COVID weight. And I've been eating out too much. I need to do something. So, I actually went to the gym today. Me and wifey.
Go ahead.
We went to the gym today. We actually our membership started at the beginning of the month, but they couldn't open right away because of the first order that went out or whatever. So gyms had to be closed that first 10 days or whatever, and then.
That's what I'm going. That's how it's going to look at the gym in January.
Since the second order or whatever, they've had to reduce their class sizes, so they've been doing a lot more one-on-one sessions and smaller groups or whatever because they can't do full groups at the gyms yet. So today we ended up going in and
right, yeah.
Get back in the habit. You know what I'm saying? Because last year I was working out. I actually stopped because I had re-injured my shoulder. So my intentions was to go back to working out, and it just didn't happen because then we got engaged, and then we got married, and COVID. We in the pandemic. We cut a little, and we eating at the crib, and so it just was like crazy.
I can dig that. We about to turn this into verses.
Right.
That's verse two.
Y'all hilarious, dude.
You have an accountability.
You said what? You were freezing.
The behind the scenes that y'all don't know.
Listen, this group chat is so hilarious, but it's me and Boog against Rock and Jay on my grind.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's why they on the same side of the screen too.
Right.
We on the same side.
I feel like I'm on Hollywood Squares on BET.
Burst the dollar side. Xfinity versus AOL. They be like, doosh.
That's like Hollywood Squares on BET.
You said what?
With all the money that I'm paying, Comcast, this better. Listen, I'm hard. I got the plugged in.
You paying all that money for the PlayStation?
Your junk has got you over here like.
I need you to get fed. You need 5. What is it? Megahertz, gigahertz. We need you to get 5G.
You said 5G.
Oh, Lord. I got it, but it's on my phone. I got 5G, but I can't do the thing on the phone.
Try your hotspot.
Hold on.
Hold on. Y'all is crazy.
God, no, I be have to listen. I be holding back sometimes. If this is, I don't be taking all my jokes. Y'all just don't know.
Y'all are too funny.
Okay.
So all that. So I said all that to say, like, I really don't have a New Year's resolution. It's just
She can't hear that you're talking.
Oh my God. Y'all are too funny.
Woo, welcome to the Sparring Session. If you just this shenanigans.
Welcome.
I'm mad she was laughing in surround sound though.
Right.
Her laugh circulated around everybody's chat window.
Wait a minute. Boog had put on a sexy voice like, so I said all of this to say, I don't have a new, and then here comes Jay. She couldn't.
Oh my God.
Okay, stop, y'all. My lash is gonna come off.
This is hilarious, man.
Oh,
You know what? So for everybody that's tuning in, we have these issues almost every week. Almost every week, something is going out. Audio be acting up, or the video act like it
started with me on the floor. It started with me on the floor. Okay. It started with me on the floor. Everything got bad. Everything got bad from there. So I was like the Teddy Riley of the Sparring Session audio.
So like how you leaning right now, you may have to stay that way. How you leaning right now, you may have to stay that way.
Listen here. You got his earphones on. You should not be messing up because you look like Audio Central over there. Come on now, both of y'all pull it together. This is sponsored by Cognac Wine.
Hey, I told y'all we gotta get Brian a pair of headphones. The headphones.
Yeah.
We go pitch in and get Brock some new headphones.
We gonna get him some AirPods.
Look, you said you don't. You don't make New Year's resolutions. Have you before?
You said what?
I used to make New Year's resolutions, but all of those New Year's resolutions that I used to make were tied into church.
Okay.
Oh.
Because New Year's resolutions are big in church.
Yeah.
Really?
They got a slogan every year.
Yep.
We gonna be fine in 2009. And we gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like it's you know what I'm saying? So you get into the New Year's resolution thing, and the key thing that's always missing in New Year's resolutions a lot of times
is action.
People don't have accountability, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times resolutions just be this hope and this
I
goal that you set. But there's nothing connected to it that where you can actually connect the dots to reach the goal or to, you know what I'm saying, reach what you trying to get. And so a lot of New Year resolutions just end up by 3 months later, you like, hey, I thought you was doing this, and they're like, oh, and I just try again next year. You're like, what? Like, I've known folks who had the same New Year's resolution like every year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
usually how mine is.
Yeah, they'd be like, I'll try it again next year. Yeah.
I stopped doing resolutions, and it was a mentor of mine that I had. And he was just like, just like how you set your goals for your business and how corporations do when they set, how they want to do things. You have goals quarterly, you have goals that are bi-monthly, you have goals that are monthly or whatever. And you need to do the same thing throughout the year so that you're always striving to do something and to keep you on point. Because you can say, oh, this year my resolution is I want to lose 50 pounds. Well, what you going to be doing each month to get to that? You know what I'm saying?
Do you think those stuff like that though? But do you think stuff like that is better with a team, or do you find it more focused individually?
I mean, I know people that can do it individually. Like we're actually a lot stronger than, you know what I'm saying, we even realize. A lot of times when things click for us, we end up doing it without even thinking. But then somebody else would be like, yo, what you gonna do? What's your goal? And you be like, then you start stressing about how you gonna get here, how you gonna do this, how you gonna do that, instead of just naturally and organically moving towards the place where your mind is already focused. And once you're focused on it, then it don't even take that much time for you to actually achieve
You're
that goal.
dedicated.
You
Yeah.
look at it and you're like, dang, I did that. So what's next? Oh, I know
Right.
what to do next. Now you can move to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Right.
some people need accountability partners. So if you
Yeah.
if you have enough within you to be honest with yourself and say, hey, I want to achieve this goal, but I know I'm going to need some help, then you're probably going to reach that goal, because that means you'll go and ask somebody
Right.
to hold you accountable, or to, for them to stay on top of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people don't need it. Some people are self-motivated enough and have enough discipline to do it without an accountability partner. So it just is. Each individual really needs to know
I
themselves.
actually said that,
Mhm.
but I don't think y'all could hear me when I said
What?
I told you was gonna have to be still in that one spot. You moved
Just
up.
like this.
I'm frozen. I'm still frozen. So I'm still frozen. So clearly I said accountability partners, but y'all couldn't hear me.
I
But
know.
You know what? Like,
I was
I'm-
echoing that so people could hear. You know what I'm saying?
oh, see, that was
People
smart.
who
See, that's why you
yeah,
the man behind the plate.
I
So,
see what
like-
you did there. I see what you did.
I needed accountability partners at first, but now it's finding a way for me to, stay up on what I have to accomplish. And I think seeing results in what I'm doing is kind of my own accountability. Like, I needed the people at first when I first started the business to put the fire under me and keep going. I needed somebody when I first started my little weight loss journey to keep going. Like, you always need somebody, but it's not where it was. I don't need to talk to, a mentor every day or once a week now, because I'm in the flow of things and I actually see the fruits of my labor. I think once you start seeing that, it's like, oh, I'm on my own. Let me what's up this Peloton, because I see what I came from and where I am.
21 days in.
So that's how that is.
Yeah. When I saw your before,
days in, that 21 days makes it happen.
Yeah, when I saw your before and after pictures, I was just like, yo, homegirl, focused.
I'm on a mission. And let me tell y'all about 2021, baby. Let me tell y'all how naked Chandra gonna be by June 2021. Y'all lucky y'all know me now, because y'all know the humble Chandra.
Can't nobody tell her nothing.
She gonna be Tangerine the diva. Ain't nobody be able to say
Let's
nothing.
stay here. Hair gonna get longer.
Period.
Shoulder gonna be out more. Both shoulders gonna be out. Hey.
She gonna be walking. She gonna be walking into every room in slow motion.
I already knew that. The room is no runway, baby, but I'm about to have music as I walk.
Spotlight hit the doorway.
Right, she gonna have theme music. Right.
Y'all think I don't have theme music now? When I get dressed about to go in someplace, I do put on my theme music.
I'm pretty sure you do. What's your theme music, sis?
Let me tell you about this girl. Maybe I should.
So since we're talking about theme music,
go ahead.
Courtesy of Miss Tangerine.
The top songs that have touched your soul this year. So
5 songs.
Now I've been trying, y'all. I got my notepad over here. I've been trying to narrow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 7, but I'm about to make it 5.
All right.
5 songs.
Y'all know I have different moods and different. I like hood shit, but I like gospel.
Okay.
I like it all. It's a plethora of music. So let's start off with.
Plethora. Plethora.
I'm gonna start off with my hood shit.
Oh boy.
This song, when I hear it, it's so ridiculous. But when I hear it, it just does something to my soul. It's Moneybag Yo 1, 2, 3. It does something. 1, 2, 3, let's go. And then, because I was always going to the dentist, like, I guess that line just stood in my head. Like, she goes to the orthodontist every 5 weeks. So, let y'all know if y'all don't know that line, then y'all on your own. Then we have my theme song when I'm getting dressed or when I'm done getting dressed and I'm about to walk into the event. It's my little sister in my head, Cash Doll, doing too much. Then we that is, you know, a friend of mine has nicknamed me Team Doing Too Much because everything has to be extra. Why wouldn't it be?
Too much.
Then when I need to get right with the Lord, usually before work,
Lord.
I get in the shower and I pray before I start all my hoodness. And while I'm in the shower, I have 2 songs that this is my shower 2 songs. If I'm in the shower longer than this, I'm going to be late. But one song is Leandra Johnson's Never Would Have Made It. That she did for the BMG Awards. Baby, that song is 10 minutes long. The other song was 2.5 minutes. So I got 12 minutes to be in the bathroom before I'm late for work. So, shower song, Leandra Johnson, Never Would Have Made It. So where we at? We at 3.
That's 3, yeah.
Let's go to what keeps me focused for work and keeps me on the right path when I'm doing nails or just if I'm feeling down. Korean Hawthorne, Unstoppable. Baby, unstoppable. Sorry, y'all. I just got up on that one. And the last song is 2 songs in one. Because it's by one artist, but it's 2 different songs. So it's 6, but I'm making it fast. Jasmine Sullivan, 2 new singles. Lost Ones and Pick Up Your Feelings.
Yeah.
That's not wrong.
Lost Ones is crazy.
Lost Ones. Because I'm going to tell you, I felt Lost Ones. Because it was a point in my life where I was just like, yeah, I'm not where I should be. So you just go on and do you. But I don't want you to fall in love because I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. When I come back, I want you to be ready with open arms for me. But in real life, and then pick up your feelings. Because it's usually some mad feelings. Like, come pick up these feelings. Like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
So, those are my 2 that I listen to every single day. So that was my top 5.
Okay.
All right. That's a nice list. Not bad. Very diverse.
Y'all gonna add this to your playlist and be like,
I'm gonna add that Jasmine Sullivan though. That Lost Ones is crazy.
You have to listen to Pick Up Your Feelings. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, that one is her voice is insane.
It is ridiculous. I wish I could sound like her.
Well, you know what? I did hear that. Pick Up Your Feelings. Yes, I did. Because she was talking to somebody in that song.
Listen, I felt it. I thought I was having that conversation too. Like, nobody needs these. We want to pop it to the next one. So, and check out, go to 1, 2, 3. Brian, put that on your list. I want you to feel that song.
Yeah, okay. What about you, Jay?
All right, Jay. What's up? What you got for us, Jay?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can y'all see me?
Right there on that link.
I'm just making sure. Okay, just making sure. So I don't really have like individual songs that have spoken to me because I listen to so much music.
There you go.
Am I frozen?
I told you, got to stay on the lane.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Frozen like Elsa.
And,
there you go. Go ahead.
And I'm watching it, so I see how frozen. Look. Okay, so I listen to a lot of music, and so I don't just have like 5 individual songs. I have a few songs, but then I have like albums that I can like listen to that create a vibe for me. So the first song that I've been listening to on like super repeat, I know Boog knows this. I don't know. Brock might remember this too. Everybody might remember the song, but remember "Don't Disturb This Groove" by The System.
System, yes. That song is a
Okay,
vibe in itself.
so that song is a vibe in itself, but when Michelle Ndegeocello remade it, she remade it into an even deeper vibe. And so I could
She
really
does
listen to
that
that
with a
song
lot of
on repeat.
songs.
She does that with a lot of songs. And
Yeah, she
the
does.
remake that she did of Don't Disturb This Groove is so airy and soul snatching. It sounds like it just snatched your soul. Like when the song goes off, you'd be like, damn, did she just snatch my soul off this song? Like I really that song it speaks to me. Another song that I can listen to, it's nowhere near Made in 20, but I listen to Cherish the Day like every day. I can listen to that song every single day of the week. I love Sade. She is such a vibe to me.
Do you
What
like
happened?
do you like the version?
Did I freeze up?
No. I'm about to ask you a question. You was talking about Cherish Today. There's a version that
Okay.
Robert Glasper did with Layla
Yes.
Hathaway.
Ooh.
Yes. That low register that she has. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So any of those variations of Cherish the Day is gonna be is gonna be one for me. Cause Layla can no wrong to me. She can do no wrong. I've also been listening to a lot of Eric Robertson. He's a huge vibe to me. I mean, he has so much good music. Not necessarily speaking to my soul because the lyrics don't really apply, but what I feel is one of his better songs with a lot of chord changes and inflections is Obstacles. I love that song. Eric Roberson, Obstacles. I've been listening to a lot of Kevin Ross. I've been listening to a lot of Van Jess, By and By. Like, I just listen to all kinds of music. So if it's a vibe, it's gonna be on my list. If it's a vibe, it's gonna be on my list. But those are the ones. I don't know. Did I name 5 individuals?
Yeah,
I think
you
I
did. And
did.
you name people that I never heard of.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Listen to Van Jess. Van
Never
Jess
heard
is
of.
a sister group. It's
Oh,
a
it's
girl group. They're sisters. Yep. I want to say their father's like Nigerian or something like that. And then Kevin Ross was the one who was doing all of the mashup videos. And he would do like, I'm gonna tag you to some of Kevin's videos, but his voice is so different because he has such a talented ear, just as anything. So he has a wide range and he uses his entire vocal range. I would probably put him in the category of a male Brandy, the way he hears and interprets music. I would kind of put him in the same conversation with a Brandy-ish type of vibe, listen ear wise. But yeah, Eric Roberson has been around for a long time. He's in the duele genre. Eric Roberson is you probably have danced and ballroomed off of some of his songs and didn't know it was him. You ever ballroomed off of a song called Change For Me? It got a heavy guitar riff in it. But you probably heard it. It got converted into a. I know, right? You just show that Shea Butter Shoulder. It got converted into a house song. And but it's a nice song. Yeah, it's a nice groove, but yeah.
She don't know about it.
Yeah, it's okay. But it's nice. It's a nice groove. It's a nice groove though. But yeah, so Eric Roberson, he will be one of mine too.
Okay.
So we got
those are my 5. Those are my 5.
Nikki G on the chat said "Picture Perfect" by Eric Roberson.
That's a nice one. I like that one too. That song is nice. That's a good one.
She also said "Wanna Be Great" by Kevin Ross. So those are 2 dope joints.
God is a genius. God is a genius. His new one. His new single.
Genius is the jam. I'm
So
sorry,
since
he froze up, but God is a genius.
since we bringing it up,
Damn.
that's one of my 5 songs. God is a genius.
Yep.
By who?
Kevin Ross.
Oh my
Kevin
God.
Ross. So
By
Kevin
Kevin
Ross is like,
Ross.
so Kevin
Well,
Ross.
you got to hear the laugh.
So Kevin Ross is like one of my favorites. Kevin Ross is one of my favorites. And so God is a genius.
Yes.
Like, it's dope. It's like one of the dopest love songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
You got to listen
Yes,
to the
it is.
lyrics and his
I mean,
harmony.
like, yo, so
His acapella is crazy.
Oh,
so that's one. So God is a
yes.
Genius by Kevin Ross.
I love it.
Then Say So, PJ Morton with JoJo.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Then my next joint is actually a new
Ooh.
joint that came out this year.
That was a
It's
good
Alex Isley, Masego, and
Yes.
Jack Dine. It's called Good.
Yeah.
and Evil. That's like
Masego is serious.
It's like my jam, right?
Masego is
Masego is
Oh
serious,
yeah,
dude.
you picking good one. You picking good one.
And then my last 2 is Detroit artists. I actually played the song on here, I think, one time. I might have played it. I don't know, but I played it on some of my other shows too. It's Last Summer by Kingdom Franchise. So I identified with it because I had something similar. You know, you had a crazy breakup or whatever, and you trying to figure out like why it's not working or whatever. But like the song is dope, and that's what I've been vibing to it since he dropped it in October. It's one of my favorite joints this year. And then Mahogany Jones, her off her new project is called Melanin. She got 2 versions, the original and the remix, and they both slap. So I just love it because it's about black and brown people.
Okay.
You know, just us loving our, the skin that we in.
Gotta love that.
It just resonates with me, and it's a bop.
Gotta love that.
It's a dope groove. You know what I'm saying? So I might try to play it later or whatever. So y'all can
Okay.
Okay.
Those are my 5 songs right now.
Okay.
I mean, I could pick a whole bunch of other ones, but those right now off the top of my head is
Yeah,
really
I said the same thing. I have a lot to pick off the top of my head, but just for 5 for right now, for me, as far as currently, my favorite current song right now is "Don't Waste My Time," Usher and Element.
Okay, I heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my
That's
current.
my jam.
That's my current favorite.
Ooh.
But now when
That beat.
when Tangerine was talking about going to God first and foremost, I have to start with Fred Hammond and "Don't Pass Me By." I love that song by
That's
Fred
one of
Hammond.
my favorite Fred Hammond joints.
Yes, that whole CD is ridiculous, but that song right there and "Trusting You" by Anthony Brown.
And I don't know Anthony Brown. You said Trust in You?
Okay.
Yeah, by Anthony Brown. Therapy. But as far as the other 3, like you said, Boog, I could go 3, 5, 10. But just for the sake of this conversation, I'm gonna say "Exceptional" by Babyface, because that dude can
Come on with it.
that dude can write.
Oh.
And his lyric, if you read the lyrics to that song, he's literally speaking to love itself. You can hear what he's saying, like he's speaking to somebody. So that song spoke to me, literally.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do just like Babyface. I'm gonna do "The Rest of My Life," Brian McKnight.
Okay.
Lyrically, one of the best love songs and one of my favorite love songs. And the last one, in terms of vibe, I just love "Stay" by the Temptations.
Never heard of that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that beat.
Yeah.
That song is just a
So you got this old school bag going on.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that song just makes you feel like you at a backyard barbecue, you cruising in your car, or you on the dance floor. You're gonna have a certain kind of vibe when you hear that song.
Right.
So yeah, those are my favorites. When you say top 5, those are the 5 that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. It's
All right.
interesting. We all have very different tastes. Like, for real. We are so different.
Yeah.
But when we come together, it's
Yes.
explosive.
I got
That's a
one
part.
more song. I got one more song. It's a sleeper. I
It's
meant
like
to bring it up. It's
Voltron.
actually a gospel song / inspirational song, but it's
Okay.
an artist from here. Her name Erica Johnson. She got this joint that she dropped a couple months ago. Actually, it's not. It might be out 2 months. It might be 2 months now since she dropped it. But it's
She's
called More
from
Love.
here.
Yeah, she's from here. Erica Johnson. It's called More Love.
Hold on, Erica
And
Johnson.
it's really, really dope. You'd have to listen to the song. Like, it's really, really dope. Once you hear it, you'll be able to feel it. Like,
It's called more than what?
More love.
It's
More
called
Love.
More Love.
All right.
Erica Johnson.
So
Well,
far,
if you look up-
Chandra's
If you look up Erica Johnson music, you can find her on Facebook and
With a C or a K?
with a C. Erica Erica Johnson. I
So far-
think on Instagram she's Erica J Music on Instagram. If I'm not
I
mistaken.
see it. I see it. It's on Spotify. I'm looking at it right
Yeah,
now.
it's a
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta check her out.
Why do I feel
I'm
like
checking Van Jess. And Van Jess, I spell that VANJESS.
Yup.
I have to check
correct.
out
You
Kevin
are
Ross,
correct.
especially God is a
Yep.
Genius.
Yes.
Anthony
Yes.
Brown, Trusting You.
Yep.
And I think I'm gonna have Boston Coolers tomorrow at
Yeah.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
That's what's up. So, since we're talking about Boston Coolers, I think this is a great segue to find out the best way to shed holiday stress.
Come on now.
I love it. Yo,
You've learned.
you stepping up your transition game.
Gianni is about to lose his job. Gianni about to lose his job.
Lose your job.
You're about to lose your job.
How the hell you get fired?
Lose
Y'all.
We got the transition game on lock.
Yeah.
How you get
Period.
fired? Day off.
Period.
Because Larry, like, let me learn this, because this is where the money resides, where the money resides, where the money resides.
But then you're gonna have Gianni come back talking about how does it feel to be me.
I'm that same OG. Even when I'm not here, I'm here.
Right.
No line. Even when I'm not here, I'm still here. That's just me. That's me.
So we're gonna let Jay on my grind lead this one off because it's her topic.
Keep us together.
What's up?
Okay. So,
Holiday stress. How do you relieve your holiday stress?
in conjunction with COVID holiday stress, okay, which is totally different from regular holiday stress.
Yeah.
So I want to know how you guys deal with shedding holiday stress. It could be holiday weight. It could be just seasonal. It could be this time of year. This time of year brings about a lot of depression, even though it's a joyful time of year with the holidays. The darkness and the gloominess, no leaves on the trees, that triggers a lot of seasonal depression for people. So how do you cope with that? How do you deal with the transition of the winter months going back into the newness of spring? Do you find hobbies? Do you eat? Do you lose weight? Do you drink? What do you guys do? Me personally, I eat. It is what I do. I cope with stress by eating, and it's so backwards. I'm an eater when I'm stressed out. So it goes what we just talked about with the resolution, but I do a lot of junk food snacking when I'm trying to get through stressful times. So that's how I like to cope with my stress. I like to snack on good little snacks. I'm always trying to find a new snack. I just found these snickerdoodle popcorns. I got to try them. I'm so ready. Yeah. Where's the bag, baby? Hand me the snickerdoodle popcorn. He ain't even listening. He got his AirPods on. He can't hear me.
And you can't
I was
move.
trying to show y'all the bag.
So be still.
I know, exactly. So I'm just a word for it. There's popcorn out and it's snickerdoodle, and I want to try it. So next week I'll bring a follow-up back, and I'll let y'all know how to snickerdoodle popcorn. But I do want to start journaling to reduce my stress. I want to start journaling. I've heard that journaling is therapeutic.
It's very effective.
And
it's
it
very
brings
effective.
I've heard that it is very effective. So I did go out. I bought a journal that had like pre-entries in it. So it starts you off with a sentence and then you fill in the back end, or it'll give you like starter paragraphs or starter trigger words. And you have to finish the journal out. So I'm gonna try that, see how that works for helping me relieve some stress and cope. Cause I want to be cute come the spring and summer. So I don't want to just sit up and glutton because I'm depressed and I'm trying to cope with my seasonal depression. I want to do something productive. So I think I'm gonna get into journaling and I'm gonna see how that goes.
All right.
So,
That's cool. That's what I like.
Tangerine, what you got for us?
So my top 5, nah. It's a lot. Like, and I want to say it's changed, especially from last year to currently where we are, because the dynamics are different this year than opposed to last year. So last year, to cope with stress, I would hang out, I drink, eat, and be merry, and yeah. So this year, because it's a little different, we can't do that. What I start doing to de-stress is now I work out. I still eat good and drink good. So like that's still a relaxation for me.
Right.
I cry. And I found out sometimes once you have a good cry, no matter what, you can be sad, mad, even when you're happy, like this has exceeded my expectation. It's something about cleansing the soul with a good
spiritual.
Yeah.
It's very spiritual.
Listen, I am a cry baby right now, and I don't care who knows that, but it just feels so good, and I can just forget about it, and then I engulf myself in work or lay down. So those are, I think that was 5. Those are my top one. I'll do work, whether it's
engulf myself in work or lay down.
But you know what? Like today is a prime example. I had got some news that I wasn't really happy about. And it made me really sad. And I came home and I was just like, what am I going to do? Usually if I get sad, I'm just going to occupy my time and I'm going to do some nails. But today I just laid in the bed. I started watching TV, but I wasn't into it. I just turned out the TV and it was just dark and I was just there. I wanted to cry, but I said, I can't because my eyes are going to be puffy for the sparring session. And I can't have puffy eyes.
Especially when she got to have that shoulder out. She had the shape of the shoulder.
You can't have that shape of the shoulder with no bags under your eyes. That's not cute.
And I'm so mad Gianni is not here because he made a comment one day. I was on lab, I think my lab or something, and he was like, "No shoulder," and I made sure I put
that was hilarious
on for him.
You sure did. You sure did. That was hilarious.
Well, maybe he's watching right now.
This is for Eugene, right? Same, and I'm sure a little tattoo, so I'm getting risque down low.
Hey, risque.
So those are a lot that I do. It's a lot that I do to release stress. And the last one, I've never had seasonal depression, but I've never been in the pandemic. So what I did from people that I heard that have seasonal depression, I ordered me one of those sunlight UV ray lights. So when I'm doing nails and I'm in my basement, I just turn that light down on me. So I don't know if it's working. I don't even know, but I put it on. I don't feel like I've been depressed.
That's right.
So yeah.
Wow. No, but there are things like lights. There are things like lights and crystals and things that we don't look at that may have healing components and healing elements that really do align our chakras and get us, back into the swing of things. And it could be a salt lamp or it could be some stones or something like that. So absolutely.
What is a salt lamp? Jesus.
A sea salt lamp, and you plug it up and it releases the minerals into the air, and it's supposed to, help your aura and calm you. And it's, I don't have one, but I've heard about it.
I can't listen. We
Go,
gonna
girl.
work with this
You
UV.
point-
We about to work with this UV light.
I think I do want to get me some chakra crystals, though. I want to get some stones.
Chakra.
Yeah.
Chakra.
All right.
All right, so Boog.
So
Keep my
before we go to Brock, shout out to all our viewers on Facebook and Mixcloud. Special shout out to Dublin Productions out of London who's been tuning in on Mixcloud. So shout out to them. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the show. We are on every Wednesday, so I don't know what the time difference is in London right now, but if y'all can hang
What
out
time
with us
it is there, right?
Wow.
Happy New Year in advance, and hopefully we see you guys next year. So thanks for tuning in.
Look at me. Look at me again.
Brother Brock,
Yo,
what's up, man? How do you deal?
I think
How do you shed holiday stress, or are you even stressed during the holiday? Because you
to
don't
be honest,
you seem to be stressed.
you know what? I do
Okay.
the best that I can to manage. I do the best that I can to manage it. I'll say it like that, because my job itself is reason enough for me to be stressful. But I'm a realistic person with an optimistic point of view,
Right.
and I try not
Okay.
to stress over stuff that I can't control. But in the times that I do get weighed down, like we just talked about, I listen to music because music itself, it puts me in a better mood. It calms me down. It takes my mind. It takes my mind off of whatever I'm thinking about, whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm going through. And I'm gonna go here. I'm a man. I don't care. I'm very secure in my manhood, but I'm not afraid to get emotional. I
I like that.
I do not hold that back at all.
But that's important to stay in tune and in check with your inner emotion and,
Yeah,
and
because
still keep your masculinity in check at the same time.
if something takes me to that point, I'm not gonna, because if I hold it in, it's gonna hurt me even worse.
That's true.
If I hold it in, it hurts me even worse. So I have to let it out one way or the other. I do like journaling. For those who follow me on my social media, y'all can understand how much I love to write. So
Okay.
so journaling is important to me. I like music, journaling, and like you said, just going out, doing whatever you can to take your mind off of whatever is weighing you down is very important. I don't care if you go for a drive, go for a drive, go for a walk, go to the gym, do whatever you can to put your mind in a different direction. Because especially in this time, and it's in the time of a pandemic, you need to keep yourself occupied.
Yep, that's real talk. So let's see, holiday stress. I don't really have holiday stress. I've really only experienced it like one time, and that was just because I couldn't be with my folks.
Yeah.
So I guess typically I like this year is kind of strange just because of the pandemic, right? But I wouldn't say I'm stressed, you know what I'm saying, because of the holiday stuff. So we kind of already, kind of knew what to expect. And although we can't be together, like it's not make or break for us, you know what I'm saying? Because we're still able to communicate with each other. So it's not like that's completely separate, you know what I'm saying? So you just make and do with what you can. But as far as just stress in general, I'm actually starting to get back more into health and wellness because for some people they don't know. Like before I was DJing full time, I was a massage therapist full time, and I did that for almost 8 years full time.
Never knew that.
So, I used to get massages, manicures, pedicures, and stuff like all the time. That's how I kept.
Look at she pressed nails about to be advertisement.
Yeah, that's how.
We might do like a little pop-up shop. We might need a shop.
That's how I kept myself together. That's also how I stayed grounded in between like all the clients that I worked on, because there's always a transference of energy when you're working on somebody, right? So
Tell me about it.
the manicures and pedicures and massages, you know what I'm saying, like from my coworkers, or we used to swap massages all the time, so we can make sure that all of us, you know, was good. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to make sure we're not carrying anything. Plus
absorbing all of that negative energy. Yeah.
Right. So you got that, and then you know, if you were like really busy, like at one time I was doing massage full time, like I was like busy, like I'm talking about like 5 massages a day, and so like even if you using great technique, your body still wears down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's what I did to relax. So recently, me and wifey started getting manicures and pedicures together. So that's one way of keeping the stress down, and eventually I'm gonna be getting massages again because I kind of got away from that, and it was like a normal thing, and it became part of my lifestyle. And then when I stopped doing massages and I was focused more on DJing instead of DJing more, because my schedule changed with what time I was up and all that stuff, and I was focusing on it more. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really my thing now. Music is always a stress reliever.
Yeah.
So if anything ever comes about and I just feel like, oh man, you know, I sit and listen to some music.
And shout out to you, Boog, for the DJ spins that you were doing throughout COVID, because you and a lot of other DJs were so helpful in getting people through the initial shock and the initial digestion that we had to understand that, hey, we have to be, you know, sat down for a minute, kind of involuntarily. And we have cabin fever and we don't have an outlet and we don't have anything to do. So that music was so crucial. And I mean, I tip my hat to, you know, the D-Nices and everybody, but on a local level, like you really saved the day a few times. And I was in here about to lose my mind, and I would scroll on Facebook and I would see you and I would literally sit and watch your set. Or if you were just finishing, I would go back and watch it because I was like, I need to hear some music. I need to hear some up tempo, something to keep me going, lift my spirits, all of that. So thank you.
See,
thank you for that.
And I'm not even trying to. I mean, to piggyback off that, I'm not even trying to say this because you're sitting here in our chat, but in terms of locally, you can't, to be honest, because I've known you for so long, you can't think of local DJs without mentioning your name.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, bro.
That's what's up.
I'm trying to say, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I know Gary, I know Fingers, you know, I know, you know, the legends.
Yeah, they're my OGs, man.
Yeah, so it's like, so when it comes to locally, yeah, absolutely. You were one of the first ones that always popped up. So yeah, keep doing your thing, for real.
Oh shoot. Somebody that made it in, y'all. Hold on.
He in the building.
And guess what? He right on time for the next segment.
Same OG. What's happening?
What's going on?
Hello, he got a new look. I see you did that hair.
Don't do that.
Hey, hold on. No. How come he in the Facebook chat though? Talking about some Boog is not a hero.
Boog almost killed me one day, bro. I'm gonna tell you what happened. He was playing that jit music, and it came back to me like I was at Cass. So you know, my floor, I had that Lemon Pledge, and I like, you know, that Godzilla came on. I was like, what? Get it, me? Then all of a sudden, I woke up the next morning. I went, oh Jesus, healed his hamstring. So I'm blaming Boog, man.
Jesus healed.
He was feeling it. It was for the moment, though. Maybe
Jesus healed his hamstring.
I was going after it. My son was looking at me like, sit your old self down, but I ain't care.
Hey, but look though, on the real, a lot of DJs, if you talk to them, you know, y'all said we got y'all through. Shoot, we needed it too. Mm-hmm. That helped us get through, because when you, especially for the DJs, it's like me, where you're so, you know, just ways of making money is tied to
We wait.
DJing, and then you got to have this abrupt stop, and
Mm-hmm.
everything is shut down, and so every avenue that you had
Yeah.
then was like,
Yeah.
so it was like, dang, we in the crib.
Yeah.
I got to do something too.
Right.
So you start going live, and it was like a snowball effect because at first, because I was already kind of like streaming off and on anyway, but then it started snowballing.
Right.
And it was just like it was here and there, some of the regular
Mhm.
cats. Then all of a sudden, it was like every DJ, literally every DJ everywhere was streaming because we had no other outlet. You know what I'm saying? You had no other outlet. So if you wasn't a DJ that was already on radio and they was doing, you know what I'm saying, the remote thing, as far as, you know, you being able to still be on the station, like you was at the crib doing nothing. So we needed the music just as much as everybody else did. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig that.
Yeah.
So, because when you're sitting around and you got idle time, that can be the worst thing.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't mind the devil ground.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst thing for a creator.
He be playing too.
Yeah, to be involuntarily sat down. Yeah, but it was dope because it was different DJs doing different stuff. Like I would be scrolling, one DJ would be playing mixed music, then one DJ would be playing rap, one DJ would be playing R&B.
Yeah,
it was like your own, you know, and just scrolling down Instagram or scrolling down Facebook. So it was dope for the phase that it was dope in, and then you saw all of the wannabe DJs kind of off. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like everybody like, oh shit, I got DJ hero, so now I'm a DJ, and so they was like, I got virtual DJ, so I'm a DJ too. All these people just came out of the woodworks like they did like like these scritching cats, like doing like, you know. At the end of the day, you're not a DJ, honey. Yeah, you know, you pushing start and stop. There's no transitions. There's no blends or nothing. Your BPM's not even the same speed. Like, come on, man, get it together. So, but when they all fell off and it got back to the real DJs that were really playing the music, I was very pleased. I was satisfied. Like, oh yeah, I'm having a good one.
But also shout out to the fake Boogs out there. And that actually should have been a segment we should have done on the show called fake Boogs. So like look, okay, I'm nobody's DJ, but I know proper gestures that DJs should have, right? So there were dudes that was like straight up playing somebody's mixtape in the back, talking about, yeah. So then of course, you know me, I'm like, play such and such. They're like, oh, I see some requests in the chat, but no, I ain't taking requests right now. Negro, you ain't taking requests right now because you ain't DJing lying ass.
Period.
Lying ass.
But with your whole phone up here like you doing something. Yeah, nah, you don't know how to DJ.
Everybody got that fake look where they put the head on one side. That's my cash app down there. No, Negro, we're not going to your cash app.
Okay, so this is my question too. We talking about DJs. Why do they bring turntables when they use the computer? I don't get it.
Well, you know, everything is digital for the most part now. So, you know, your turntables can be hooked up and connected through your mixer to your laptop or whatever. So,
what's the point of it if they never bring out records? They just have the song online.
Well, you still got the vinyl. All they do is manipulating the MP3 that they have. That's on their computer and their software. But you still get the same vinyl effect. So for those that's traditional turntablers that like to scratch and do all the tricks or whatever, that still works for them when they ain't got to worry about carrying 20,000 crates no more. You know what I'm saying? We still have some purists who will take smaller crates to their gigs or whatever because they kind of like select which vinyl they know they're going to play or whatever event they're doing, and they're only those. Like back in the day, DJs.
I can't even imagine back in the day DJs.
Oh man, it was when I started out, I was helping my cousin. When I started out, we had about maybe like 16 crates of vinyl.
Wow.
That we
Did y'all have them categorized?
Yeah, he had them categorized for him. So like I used to just let him go through them because it was always throwing me off. Because I like this need to be like in chronological order or alphabetical order.
or yeah.
But he had it based on like record labels or like
that's a weird way to divide.
Wait, you said 16 crates. Like he was going in.
16 crates.
He was going in.
He was like, well, this crate right here, this is my favorite artist crate right here. So these are my favorite.
You talking about Stan?
Huh?
Who you talking about? Stan? Cleveland?
No.
Be quiet.
No.
Be quiet, yeah.
When I started out DJing, my cousin was the one that helped me get started. So he was from New York, so he had like stuff that ain't nobody even have.
He had a library.
Yeah.
I'm talking
he
about
had a library.
I'm talking about New York stuff that I had
New York DJs have underground. They got like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle underground stuff. Yeah.
Like he had some remixes by Jay-Z and Nas and Biggie that like blew my mind, bro.
Oh, that's sweet.
That he had on vinyl. I was just like, whoa. He was like, and
they do that on the show here. They used to call it digging in the crates, where they play some real underground stuff that ain't nobody ever heard. I was like, yo.
Who does the digging in the crates? Isn't it like isn't it the guy from PM Dawn?
Yep.
Or is it he from PM Dawn?
Yeah, that was him. That was him.
Okay.
Well, we got we here in Detroit, we got DJ Dez that does something like that, digging in the crates. It's really dope. Equad used to do one too.
Okay.
I honestly feel like that's when you get to see the worth and value of a solid DJ. And really what it is that we all grew up in a music capital of the world. So you can't fool us with music.
Absolutely not.
You can't fool us with talent either. So I think that is one of the benefits of growing up Detroit. But I also will say this too, is that I'm noticing how my students process information, music so much differently than we did growing up. Like we had a favorite DJ. You know, we knew who was on in the morning set, the afternoon set, and so on and so on. That's not how my son processes music now. Like everybody's got a SoundCloud and everything else. Like if I probably ask my son right now, who's your favorite radio DJ? He'd be like, yeah, okay. Next question. Like that. Like that's not going to be his life at all. That's not his ministry or testimony.
Right.
He said that's not his ministry or his testimony.
No. With that being said, it's not his ministry, but did we lose our soul and soul?
Go ahead with your transition, bro.
That's really nice.
Wait a minute. He might have a job doing transitions because
that was nicely done.
He was on fire with these transitions.
Yeah, he was on your head, G.
It's like
I appreciate it.
Here, you been here because he been doing it. He been doing it.
He didn't put the big.
I think that
he didn't put the big joker on the table.
Yeah.
Like, this is my job.
I think that if you stayed off today, it would not have really made a difference because I think he had the transitions on lock.
That's
I said earlier, I said, you gonna lose your job today.
I wanted you to know I can do this too because this is where the money was at. Where the money was at. Where the money was at.
I love it.
where Philip resides.
You
Yes.
know what? The show goes on. Let me hit y'all with these transitions.
Period. Get
I love
into
it.
it. Get
So
into it.
Professor G has made it on in. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and lead us off on this question, my brother, since it was yours.
So the concern is this, as far as like African American characters that lead Disney movies or any animation. It's very rarely that you see black people staying black for 90% of the movie. We saw this with Princess and the Frog, and we've now seen this party foul yet again with the movie Soul. So I'm asking you, is this an artistic choice, or do animation companies fear that having a black lead character, it doesn't really sell?
Wow.
So
Absolutely.
Wait. What was the first part of the question again? What was the first
Is
part of the
this
question?
an artistic choice? Like,
There you go. I think that's what it is.
is it artistic choice, or is it a fear that a black character
I
cannot
think that's
sell
what it is. I think it's
for
I
100%
think-
of the movie?
I think it's
the
an
latter.
artistic. Me,
I think it's the latter.
okay. We're gonna start with Brock.
all right. I think artistically it's a
Mhm.
choice because of the diversity of Disney.
Okay.
That's number one. Because when the prime example I'm gonna use is Will Smith in Aladdin. Because nobody expected Will to replace Robin Williams. That wasn't his job. He wanted to give the genie a different look, a different attitude, a different personality, and a whole different vibe that'll relate to a whole different audience. Because I loved Robin Williams. That was untouchable to me. And Will just took it and put it in a whole new direction. And I loved it, and I still loved it.
But you know, Will had some money in it too. He
Yeah,
had,
he did. Yeah, he did.
a lot more creative control.
Yeah, and because he told Disney, I'm not here to replace Robin Williams. I'm here to revamp the role that he created. I'm here as a tribute to Robin. I don't want to replace him.
So Robin played the
But
genie
he
in the movie.
wasn't a black.
No, he played
character.
the genie in the original
Yeah,
cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But to that
Yeah.
point, though, Brock, I think that what Gianni was more so referencing was the animated African American presence that we see on the silver screen being
Mhm.
converted into something non-African American in the same movie. Am
Okay.
I correct in that?
Yeah, like that's my.
Am
that's
I
actually
correct,
my-
Gianni? My
Yeah, that's-
interpretation?
Absolutely.
They tried in Soul because
Will Smith was black the whole time. Yeah.
yeah.
She doesn't hear you.
I think they tried in Soul because they had the whole barbershop scene. They tried to make, you know what I'm saying? They tried to make it more relatable. Not so us directly,
Yeah.
but they tried to make it more relatable for us, for everybody else. So I think
Okay.
it's a little bit of both, to be honest. I think it's a little bit of both, for real. It is a
Right.
choice.
I think
It is.
Go ahead, Jay. Jay on my grind. You up? We got to restore the order now. 'Cause we're talking over each other. Hold on.
I think that it is more of the latter in Gianni's question. And I think because Disney understands their platform, but Disney also understands that the world is not ready for mainstream black character.
Mm.
And in doing so, they have to animate further the black representation that they have in movies with innuendos and things like that. This isn't the first time I've had this conversation. Other people that I have talked to have noticed that black representation, namely in Disney movies, get converted like midway through into another inanimate object or a can or a chair or a or something else, and they don't remain the black initial character that they started out as in movies. So I do believe that it's a fear that mainstream viewership will decline if there's a representation of a strong Black character from start to finish in a movie. And the person of color that we got the closest to was like Moana. We got Princess Tiana, but Princess Tiana was even still like that whole situation.
And she still isn't regarded as a Disney princess, though.
I can't concentrate. There's some off-scene activity going on, so I really am having a good time.
No, he wait a minute. He comes late and then he wants to be a distraction.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Hey, hey.
because there's
We about to put Professor G on time out.
yeah.
But Jay, I think you're right though.
Okay,
Because I don't think.
Listen, both of you and Brock better get y'all phones together because y'all talking over each other because y'all can't hear when each other talk.
I ain't on my phone, first of all.
But y'all computer, it's messing up.
But Jay, I'm just mad that Tiana is still not regarded as a Disney princess. She's not regarded as a Disney princess. You know,
She's not, and again, yeah.
You got Jasmine. You got who else? I mean, just all the other Disney princesses, but Tiana's not one of them.
Cinderella and everybody else is white. No,
so Tiana's not regarded as a Disney princess.
Coloring book, but they don't consider her. No, they don't consider her a Disney princess. But
not a.
She is because we know she is,
but not a traditional one.
What are you talking about?
Tiana from the Princess.
She's not a mainstream princess. Yeah, she's not a mainstream princess, and unfortunately, to Gianna's point about
Who said she's not?
Well, okay, so let's not saying there's not a verbal of she's not, but like let's go 2019. So when we went, right. So when we went to go see like the Prince, at Disney, it's a parade every hour on the hour, right? You blink, it's a parade, and these are like full-fledged knockout productions and everything. So they were like the Princess Parade is going to be at 2. Now I got a teenager. So we're not really looking for the princesses. It's just the fact of like we're here to see the show. So Snow White run through, Sleepy, the chick from Brave roll through, and there's like, all right, and I mean it's really intricate. Snow White run through one more again, Cinderella one more again, because that's Cinderella's palace and everything. So we sat there and waited, and then after we sipped our cokes and everything, my son looked at me and I looked at him. He said, "Are we thinking the same thing?" I said, "You're my child. We're definitely thinking the same thing." And we noticed that she was missing. And I'm like, yo, that's a little shady. So it kind of brings me.
She wasn't missing.
Oh, because she had to be planned for in the first place to be there.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
So I'll bring this up. Jesse Williams said this one time, and I absolutely believe this. The world believes that Black folks are magical, and in turn, they don't think that we can't be hurt. And that's the problem. I find that because we're always depicted as magical, we're always removed of having feelings. And a movie that's called Soul should really be about a black folks feeling, right?
Yes, sir.
And I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Storyline and music and everything else, and the Black people look like real Black people. But what made me uncomfortable was that a white woman took over a Black character's body for a long time in that joint.
In what one?
Yeah, in the movie Soul.
Yes,
Tina Fey's character
didn't see it, so that's
why.
Never
mind. I'm sorry.
So don't tell the movie. Just let her check it out. But what I
don't really watch animated cartoon like stuff like that, Pixar. That's not my thing. But is it something I need to watch?
It's a good movie.
It's a very good movie.
It's a good movie about discussing
I heard
purpose.
it was very good.
So this is my thing about just Disney in general, and I think we need to change our perspective on how we view Disney. One, wasn't no Black people doing nothing in the beginning with Disney, right? It ended up being a
That's true.
shift because they noticed that black people do have drawing power. So I don't believe in the latter part of the statement. I don't think it has anything to do with them not thinking that
Right.
black people can carry a role. They know black people can carry a role, which is why they started using more black characters. Now, you may want to argue that you don't like how they depicted the black character in these movies, but I will say this: there are a lot of black people who act just like the characters as in those movies
Yes, sir.
because they're black people aren't just
Yeah.
one type.
Yeah.
And so I don't take offense
Right.
to anything that Disney does. One, because I know their history. Two, lately, the black characters that have been depicted and the black actors and actresses that have been playing those roles have been significant. And I believe some of those people, if they really felt like they were being slighted, they would not have taken those roles. And so I trust the actors that have decided to take on these roles because they knew what they were doing. You know
That's
what I'm
why,
saying? So
like,
as far as soul is concerned, I think that we can't get too caught up in the switch in the role because a white girl was a black guy for a minute. They were trying to get a point across. The white girl was trying to find herself. The black guy was really trying to find himself too, but didn't realize it until after the white girl was in his body.
Yep.
He connected to a certain place after he saw how she was impacted by being him.
That's right.
Things that he took for granted and ignored,
She picked up on.
she exposed it.
Mhm.
So without her, he don't find who he really is towards the end of this movie.
Right.
So in the grand scheme of things, the writing and everything and how the plot played out, and how the movie played out, it was actually good. From the beginning, you could follow the storyline, and when you got to the end, you're gonna have a aha, I get it, I see what they was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, Professor G, I know you don't want to agree, but so what?
No. I appreciate it because I always try to make sure that in America I'm not overplaying my black card.
No.
You know, I don't want to be militant to ignorance. I want to be militant to enlightenment.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to make sure that what I saw matched up with what I believe the African American experience is inside of our country, especially what our kids are seeing. So it was a little concerning. Like I'll probably rewatch it again because it's tons to unpack, but it's a good watch. It's a very good watch. But I've already
watched that after this.
Here's my question then. So you're concerned about how they represent us on Disney. Why aren't we champion or even questioning our black brothers and sisters who probably have the funds and capital to actually have a network that truly reflects us? We can't complain about
I agree.
a century old, you know what I'm saying, media broadcasting company that has built their whole thing off of magic. Magical. We grew up on the white cartoons, black and white cartoons. It wasn't no black faces for us when we was kids.
That's true.
So I can't be mad about the representation that they have now because we didn't get any black faces when we were kids.
Right.
We had black and white. We had Mickey Mouse black and white. You know what I'm saying? We had Cinderella in slight color, but she was a white girl.
I was going to say for what it's worth.
This is what was pushed on. This is what was pushed on the urban communities when we was kids.
Yeah.
We have no representation at all. So I can't
think of black cartoons. You got
Fat
Albert.
I was about to say Fat Albert.
Fat Albert.
Fooey.
The one to two seasons of Hammerman.
And what else? And what else?
Hammerman.
Hammerman, dog.
I did.
I did.
I watched it every Saturday. Hammerman every Saturday.
Hammer.
But guess
With
what?
the talking
You
shoes.
didn't have a lot.
When
Hong
Hammerman,
Kong Fooey was a black man.
when Hammerman was out,
The karate dog.
when Hammerman was out, you had people that liked it, but you had other people that was like, nah, this ain't it.
Whack. Yep.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
I
at the end of the day, it's always gonna be somebody that's gonna be like, yeah,
The Adventures of Kid and Play.
I don't like that. This don't represent
The
black people.
Adventures of
This represents black
Kid and
people.
Play.
The Adventures of
I've
Kid and
never
Play.
been a
Kenneth.
person, and maybe that's what it is. I never saw us, but I've never been a person like, even as a kid, I didn't like just flock to cartoons. I always wanted something with people that looked like me. So people didn't understand how I'm this little girl who always about to watch Thriller, who always about to watch Color Purple.
I got a
I
question.
Something that looked like me.
In terms of when we talk about cartoons, do you think the Proud Family was
Never watched it.
was like the Simpsons on BET?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Proud Family was like Bebe's Kids made in
I
movie
was just
form.
about to say that.
Okay.
Like
All right.
Baby's kids.
Yeah,
That was
All right.
by the time we got Baby's kids, we was older.
right.
Yeah.
But that's what I like.
got you.
The
I got
Proud
you.
Family too. I never really saw an episode of the Proud Family, but I saw a lot of references, and I actually can recognize the Proud Family. Like if it's on TV, I know it's the Proud Family. But they just always put me in the mind of Bebe's Kids, and I was like, oh, this is about to be a ghetto ass cartoon. Like they about to be real ghetto. Like
I think that's what I love about the Boondocks, because the Boondocks just took freedom to a whole. They pushed the envelope.
well, that's
in
because
term-
Cartoon Network cartoons are different than
Yeah.
Disney and Nickelodeon and
Yeah.
those type.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cartoon Network and more specifically the Adult Swim cartoons are like not really cartoons at all.
They're not
Like
for kids. They're not for
yeah,
kids.
at all. So yeah, you're not gonna get much childlike content out of a cartoon like the Boondocks. You know, you're gonna
Well,
be
the
actually talking about
Proud Family
politics.
is like for older kids too, though, to a certain extent. It ain't
Did
for like.
And
Mhm.
go ahead,
I
Rob.
was say, did everybody watch like the Boondocks? Because I didn't watch that either. Like this is
I didn't really watch the Boondocks.
No, see,
this conversation is kind of like sports.
no, I was gonna say for what it's worth, and this is where Disney should probably pay a little bit closer attention. And this is where I wish. Well, I did know a girl that did their diversity and inclusion, and she was like, it was one of the worst jobs that she ever had because they don't understand it. But that's a whole nother. That's an off-topic show. But anyway,
How many white people really understand that?
Yeah.
They
well,
don't.
no, she was a black woman from the South who
Right.
worked.
But she worked for white people who
Correct.
notoriously do not really understand.
Understand that, correct? Because I was going to say, because I remember when she pointed this fact out to me. How about this? Out of the top 5 longest and most running successful shows on Disney,
You breaking up, sir?
Uh-oh.
the second,
We didn't hear what you said, G.
Nope.
So
It ain't just me.
You know what? Me and Larry
bad.
against the 3 of y'all. Why
It ain't
I
just me.
y'all up?
okay, my back.
We
Can
gonna
y'all hear me?
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't
Okay,
try
I was
to
gonna
switch
say-
her. Don't try to switch us out. Don't try to switch us out, Boog. I see what you just did there. Don't do that. Put me back. Flip one of us back around.
That's
No,
You're not
Wi-Fi
about to have
racist.
y'all at the bottom and us at the top.
Us against y'all.
That's
And
Wi-Fi
then we're
racist.
gonna switch our spots to where we still up at the top. That's some BS.
Y'all got dial up. Y'all got that AOL.
That's Wi-Fi. That's Wi-Fi
yes.
racist. But anyway,
That's Wi-Fi racist.
that's Wi-Fi racist. But no, what I was saying was that that two of the top 5 most successful shows in the top 5 for Disney are African American shows. One being The Proud Family, and the second one being That's So Raven. And those are headlined by black folks. Like That's
She
So
wasn't just a
Raven,
cartoon. She was an actual human.
right?
Yeah.
And That's So Raven ran for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
Who-
Doesn't she have one now, like when she's an adult?
Yeah, she
I
has,
think
a, she has a
another.
show. Yeah, she has another
Mhm.
show now. I don't think it's as big as her original show.
She stays employed. I can't even be mad at her crazy ass.
But I mean,
All
you know,
them Disney
it's
kids
people
stayed
that
employed.
argue that Raven Simone, like although she's us, she don't Yeah.
represent us.
Ooh.
I never watched her show. I don't.
I'm saying there are some people who will argue that, and so
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be somebody that's going to say, "Yeah, that ain't really what we identify with." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's a bunch of black people that don't identify with Raven Simone. It's totally different.
So Tangerine, for what it's worth, I'm gonna recommend 3 episodes of Boondocks that you have to watch.
Hold on.
Which-
I got my paper and pencil. Hold on.
Yeah, write it down.
Is it one where they throw the chair?
Get ready.
So I'm going with this one. This is my number 1 on this list, and it's because I've lectured off of this tons of times. The Return of the King is when you find out that Martin Luther King, when he was shot, was in a coma, and he wakes back up. It is by far one of the greatest pieces of television in the past 20 years.
Really?
Yup.
The Boondocks, Return of the King.
Yup. Like I've literally watched that with middle schoolers. I had them like sign a permission slip, and I told them, yeah, because they go in. Because Dr. King, I'm just gonna say, he has one of the greatest lines in this episode, and it goes like this: "Will you niggas please shut the hell up?" And it rolls from there. It is a moment. It is a moment.
What's the second one?
A Pimp Named Slickback.
Oh, pimp.
Oh, yes, sir.
I heard
That's classic. That is
A pimp named Slickback.
That is a classic right there.
I've heard of that. A pimp named Slickback. I didn't watch it. But I heard.
The third one, which is more funny and ignorant than is more funny and ignorant than anything, is the Booty Warrior one. Because that.
Oh.
Okay. Is this about the man that was in jail?
Yes. And that
I
junk
saw
is hilarious.
this at a friend's house. They wanted me to see this, but I could not focus. I'm just like, this is a cartoon. Yeah. I'll try to go in with a different lens. I'm gonna check.
It's a mature cartoon, so go in with your mature humor.
I was just like, they keep saying the N-word. Like, what?
You're gonna hear that a lot. That's Regina King.
Like, so Aaron Magruder, he guest lectures sometime across the hallway from me at University of Maryland. And
you know him personally?
What?
Don't do
that name sounds familiar.
Don't do
You
that.
know him personally?
Don't do that.
Now that's a dope name to drop.
Don't
Why
do
does
that.
that sound familiar? Who is he? What's his name? Aaron Magruder, right?
That's
So
Huey
he's
from Boondocks.
No, he's
He's
the
the
creator of
creator,
Boondocks.
That's right.
So it's funny because he'll walk right by you, and if you don't know him, he's not the person looking for attention or anything like that. But I've sat in on a couple of like his lectures and everything, and he's it's very much so idiot savant, where I'm really, really smart, and I'm a little awkward about trying to express what I'm saying all the time, but I mean everything that I say. So he's a good time though. That episode, the Luther episode, it's classic television. You would like it.
I just saw his face, like I've seen him before.
Yeah,
Okay.
Aaron Magruder is like that.
I'm like, that man. Okay, so I see why you name dropping. Okay, go ahead, Professor.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I feel like
Don't do that.
what was Monique? What was Monique
Parker?
Miss Parker, she was like, Professor Ogilvy. I feel like I need to be like, hey, Professor Ogilvy.
Nikki Parker.
Come on. I'm just out here trying to live. Don't do that.
Hey, Ogilvy.
Yeah.
Terrible. I love it though.
I'm gonna check out Soul tonight. When we get off the thing, I'm gonna watch Soul. That's gonna be my nighttime show. It's gonna make me emotional. Am I gonna cry? Get happy?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Pixar movies are really not for kids.
They're not.
They're very much so for adults who have taken a kid to a movie. So the kid's gonna get one mess. The kid gonna get one message, but you as an adult, you don't get a whole totally different message.
Yeah.
Like,
but this was totally like for adults.
It was.
Yes.
This was not a kids movie.
I had my daughter. I had Nova with me, and I mean, what kept her attention was the colors on the screen. The little
It was way advanced for her.
But as far as like the message or her remembering some lines that was gonna be in the movie,
you know what surprised me? There was not one song in the whole.
But I thought it was about soul.
There was not one.
No, the backdrop, the songs that they played in the song.
I'm talking about playing. You heard music, but you didn't hear no vocals. There was no singing in this movie at all.
Y'all losing me now. A movie about soul, not about soul singing.
Well, see, that's actually one of the party fouls of the movie. Is that, you know, like Toy Story has the signature song, which is "You Got a Friend in Me." You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know that song, but like you do. If someone played it, you'd be like, "Oh, that song."
You got a friend.
Dun, 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 dun. It's corny.
You also got to realize that the backdrop of this movie was jazz.
Yes.
Classic jazz.
Oh,
okay.
so
It didn't have a lot of words.
Vocals. Okay.
It didn't have a lot of vocals. Right.
I hate when we talk about stuff I don't know about. I feel so at a disadvantage. But I'm going to catch up. So next time I can talk about it.
What I do need you to do is that you need to listen to your mama like she told you the last time and
do your homework. But that was with sports and stuff.
Research a sports topic. And
speaking of which, I ain't seen that one comment from Mama Jones.
And I meant to tell y'all today, she said she wasn't going to be on. She told me one of two things. I don't know which one is she told me because sometimes in my head I forget and I make up shit. She either said her show is coming on or she will be asleep. It's either her show is on or sleep. I don't remember which one, but both of them sound like something that my mama would say.
She might be asleep because the show.
Her watching her favorite show and then she fell asleep. Let's do that.
No, she told me because she called me when I was getting dressed and she was like, "Y'all going on today?" I said, "Yeah." Now she said, "I don't think I'm gonna make it." I said, "You not?" She was like, "No, tell them I ain't gonna be making because," and she said what she said. But see, the way my ADD set up,
it's got to be one or the other.
So with that being said,
we miss you, Mama. Though
I'm gonna need Tangerine. You need to do some research on the sports topic for next week. Okay.
Let me write it down.
Like your mama told you 2 weeks ago.
Period.
Mahogany Jones, we wish you was here. Thank you so much.
Mama Jones.
Topic for next week.
Thank you so much for the donation, Mama Jones, too. When
that was a both of us.
When the world open back up, I'm giving Mama Jones a big hug.
Listen, I love my mama. I really do. This Christmas, y'all, was kind of hard because this was the first Christmas that I didn't get to spend with my parents.
Yeah.
Because it hit hard, especially when the sheriff passed away and they are the same age, you know what I'm saying, with all this new stuff. So I dropped them off food on Christmas Day that my sister made. And y'all talking about breaking down because they wouldn't even hug me. My daddy didn't even come to the door because he said he couldn't handle seeing me and not being able to touch me. And I just had to, that like ended my Christmas so sad.
Yeah.
That's the worst, man.
We tried to Zoom and it was such a, oh my God. It was like.
That's emotional. That's emotional, man.
Large. And everybody just kept cutting in like, hey. And then it was like they would see person pop up in the box and they would isolate them. Hey, such and such. Hey, such. It was like an hour of, hey, girl. Hey. Oh, okay. Turn your volume on. Hey. And so it was kind of like, okay, y'all. I see y'all later. Love y'all. Bye. It was difficult for all of us to try to coordinate on that platform because we're used to being there, touching, feeling, laughing. Some people are eating over here. Some people are playing the raffle game that we have. Some people are, unwrapping gifts. So everybody is doing something different, but we all can be involved in what everybody is doing, and
Sure.
we couldn't do that digitally, and it was just it was hard. I didn't see my parents. I saw them on Zoom.
I did. When we did our same little tradition at my sister's house, we had my parents on the computer while we opened gifts and did our stuff. It wasn't the same though. You know what I'm saying? It may do, but it's so much fun when we're actually physically together and we can touch
it's a big difference. It's a big difference.
I
Because,
saw.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brock.
I think it's just a lot of adults have or not a lot, but some are just not as technologically advanced as they need to be for this time. So Zoom doesn't work out for everybody. So and then to add to that, they ain't the easiest people to get in touch with. Like you gotta leave a text message. Don't leave a text message. You gotta leave a voicemail. Pick up the phone. Call me.
Send a letter so they can get the letter ahead of time, and they can read it and say, "Okay, we gonna go online at 7:00 Christmas Eve." You put it in the mail 2 weeks earlier. They got their FYI, so they RSVP'd already.
Right. So I mean, I'm quick to do a drive-by. I don't care. I know where you live. If you need something, let me know.
Yeah.
So it's like I miss that. And like you said, when the weather breaks and this whole thing just dissipates as much as possible, I'm looking forward to getting back together physically. Because this social distance, this electronic interaction, I love y'all to death, but I look forward to seeing y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
My family and I actually got together over the summer, and it was successful, but it was outdoors, and so
it was a barbecue. See a barbecue? That's perfect.
Yeah, it made a big difference. But now with the cold weather, we can't do any, like you said, with elderly people in the family. I went to my sister's house, Chandra, like how you and your sister got together. Me and my sister, I went to her house, and we did the gift opening with the babies, but we had to FaceTime my parents, and then we did the Zoom thing. So it was different. It was different. But I saw on the reel, they were talking about life-size cutouts. And hear me out, y'all. Imagine you having a function with life-size cutouts of all of your loved ones. Is that creepy or no?
Yes. Very creepy. This ain't Home Alone. What the hell?
That seemed to work for some people that was watching the reel.
But see, life-size cutout, people doing that shit at funerals and stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take a picture with you as a life-size cutout, and you right here.
Exactly.
I mean, hello. Jesus.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm old school.
Yeah. Now I would do that as like a gag gift. I would if I had nothing but money to waste, I would make like a bunch of cutouts of all of my close family and friends and stuff, and then I would just go around taking like selfies with all of them, like. And then I would make a birthday party. Yeah, I was saying I would do like some Christmas cards or some birthday cards or something funny, and like play on that, but not like the holidays. Like I'm about to get no cutouts of my cousin.
You know what? I should have had a cutout at my 40th party.
Come on now.
Maybe 41. Because it'll be in the before and after Chandra.
Your after is popping, baby. This Peloton got you looking like a snack. Okay.
Listen.
Since we're talking about birthdays.
Okay.
Our segue into the last topic of tonight, because we got about 8 minutes, so we're gonna.
Did y'all see Gianni forehead? It kind of went in because he said, "Hold on, did he do a transition without my knowing?" Go ahead.
No. I loved it. No, I was admiring your dancing.
But no, it furrowed your brow where you was like,
Tangerine, you was getting off key.
I was too busy looking at somebody's dancing. I wasn't even paying attention to what Boog was saying.
I know, Jam right.
Dancing for money.
So since we're talking about birthdays, there's a very, very famous person whose birthday is today.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
Time out. Okay, go ahead.
Put my crown on.
Tangerine, you may like this. So we haven't really talked about sports.
LeBron?
Yes, it is LeBron's birthday.
Girl, how you didn't know his birthday was today?
How you did not know that? How do you not know that?
Hold up, because she's not like a diehard fan. She don't follow sports, so you know. But anyway, it's LeBron James' birthday. He just turned 36 today.
LeBron James.
I'm gonna tell y'all a cool story before we get out of here. So I met LeBron James back in 2006.
He was young.
Yeah, he was still young then, right?
Okay.
So him and Rip Hamilton and Rasheed Wallace was cool. He was really cool with Rip Hamilton. So every time he came to Detroit when they had games, of course they would take LeBron out or whatever. So like I was talking about earlier, you know, I used to do massage therapy full time. So there was a spa in Novi that Rip Hamilton was actually part owner of, him and one of the guys that he grew up with. I need y'all to get out the chat and pay attention.
You said LeBron James, 2006, Rip Hamilton, the Detroit Pistons, they was cool with them. Okay, so we there.
Wasn't it Hoop City Grill? Wasn't it Hoop City Grill they was at?
We got 5 minutes. So Novi was a spot that I worked at doing massage. Rip Hamilton was part owner, right? With two of his homeboys or whatever. They actually had like a few businesses out in that area or whatever while they was with the Pistons. So he threw a New Year's Eve party that year, right? And so, of course, LeBron James' birthday being on the 30th, the party was on the 31st, but we was celebrating his birthday as well for that New Year's Eve party. So I got a chance to meet him or whatever, and literally half of the party, people weren't even partying because they was watching LeBron James with his homies. He was pop locking and doing all type of stuff, being silly or whatever, because he's really a goofball, right? So literally we had Tierra Marie, this is when she was popping still. Yeah. She performed that night or whatever for the oh my God.
You losing focus. You losing focus, Jay. He's trying to make a point. He's losing us. Losing us.
But you know what, y'all have to watch Brock with that shade with her.
No shit at all. When you say Tierra Marie, you think about two things. That song and Lottery Ticket.
Lottery ticket. What's that? She was in there?
I don't know Lottery Ticket. I think about that and Ray J.
Lottery Ticket didn't hit. Actually, her only song that really hit that I even played as a DJ was Sponsored. But I mean,
oh God,
what about her? No, better than her first single. More than her first single.
No, Sponsored wasn't her first single. Her first.
I'm about to listen to Tierra Marie tomorrow.
I mean, you know, I know Tierra Marie. She cool. She was popping.
You said this was 2006. Was this 05? Was this 05 or 06?
This was 06. So this was like when her first. This was after her first single. Yeah. She was popping. She had like songs that was like popping in, right?
Yeah.
Because Sponsor came out like right after that, like 09, 2010 or whatever. And so I was DJing at MGM then. So we heard Sponsor like every weekend.
Detroit love LeBron anyway, though, man. I'm like, dude, this city loves that man.
People love LeBron until he beat us in 07 playoffs.
Yep. Oh, listen, I was at that game.
Yeah,
I was at that game.
Bro,
the Cavs were blowing him out. Yeah, and halfway through the fourth quarter, every Piston fan had left. Half the Palace was Cleveland fans.
Oh wow!
Like, that shows you. Yeah, every Piston fan had left at the fourth quarter, and the Palace was still half full with Cleveland fans because LeBron was just going off.
Got a groundbreaking news alert.
So, with the New Year's Eve party, that was my crazy story about LeBron James when I met him or whatever. Literally half the party, people watched him pop lock and do crazy dances through the party. And Tierra Marie was walking around with her puppy dog like the whole time after she.
In the
That's
club?
random. That's
Yeah.
random as hell.
But we wasn't at a club. We was it was the Fillmore.
Oh,
It's
a theater.
big theater.
Still don't need to have no damn dogs in no
They
theater.
had it decked out or whatever.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm
And
saying.
then the puppy walked up to the bar, ordered Moet for everybody.
Period. 'Cause that's a bougie puppy. It's a bougie puppy. Okay.
But yeah, so it's LeBron James' birthday. Of course, you know, people always talking about LeBron, and some of the people that didn't talk about his birthday today have tried to use it as an opportunity to again try to bring up the conversation of whether or not he's the GOAT.
Yes.
And his legacy is and all that good stuff. And so I'm kind of like some people. I'm like, let's just wait till his career over. I mean, based on where he at right now, just with his
He
career
redefined greatness by himself.
with his career still going. I mean, he's already top 5 to ever play the game, right?
Period.
Got to love LeBron.
So
And
depending on
anybody who doesn't is a hater because the guy is great. You
Oh,
may
no.
not like that he flops and
saying.
cries or his hair.
I know that's your boo
He's great.
tangerine. I know that's your boo tangerine. Okay, we got you. I know that's your boo, right? But anyway, LeBron, he's solidified as a great, regardless
Yes,
of what
he
happens
is.
the rest of his career. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be naysayers. People gonna be trying to debate that. We gonna be old and gray with our grandkids, or you know what I'm saying, and they still gonna be talking about, you know, LeBron James, MJ, Kobe, and whoever else they want to talk about, and whoever's new at that time, because by that time it'd be somebody.
Ronnie, his
Ronnie,
son.
I just want to see them play together.
I
That's
don't
gonna be
I don't
dope.
think his son gonna be.
It's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna
happen.
happen.
It's gonna happen.
Nope.
It's going to happen.
I'm gonna say
It may
He's not.
It may not be on the same team, but they're gonna be on the same court.
He's
I
not
promise
going
you
to
that.
be as good as his daddy. I'm trying to tell you.
No, it's not about being as good
We
as
didn't say
them. They're
that.
just gonna
We're
play
not
together.
saying that.
Yeah.
My
We're gonna see
segue to end the show is that it's gonna be somebody else that's gonna be talked about as the GOAT. That ain't gonna be related to LeBron. Is what I was trying to say.
I agree.
It's not.
I
She
agree.
said
He's
it's
going to be in
not.
that conversation. They're going to be like, oh, who is the GOAT? Michael, LeBron, or this other person? But he's going to be in the equation, and he's going to be the best. Then he
Dang,
get over it.
Kobe wouldn't be in that combo. Listen, y'all. Listen.
So
San Antonio Spurs. Becky Hammond just became
I
the
was
first
just about to
woman.
say that. You messed up my segue, Jay.
What happened? What happened?
No, huh?
She.
You messed up my segue.
Go ahead, Boo.
Golly. I'm trying to end the show.
I'm up here taking selfies. What y'all talking about?
Hold on. And this is why I look at Boog and say, it's not so easy now, is it? No.
Is it? If I
How does
knew
it
when
feel
you
to?
said
Hey,
How
does it feel to be me?
if I knew where it was heading, I wouldn't have
It's not
said it.
supposed to be easy, but you know, Tangerine and Jay go on tangents, and they just be like, you gotta be like,
Be like, really? Babe?
Really?
That was the Jay and Tangerine sparring sessions.
You stole my shine.
We gonna go ahead, everybody. Go ahead, bud.
Shout out to Becky Hammond, who is now coaching the Spurs because Popovich got thrown out the game. She is officially the first woman ever in the history of NBA to coach.
Wow.
To coach
That's
in the game.
awesome.
So she was already the first woman to have a coaching job on a staff in the
Now
NBA.
she active.
Now
She's the active head coach.
to coach in the NBA.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Becky
That's
Hammond
hot.
because I was actually a Becky Hammond fan from when she was
Yep.
in college and when she played in the WNBA.
Team USA. Yes, sir.
Hey.
And I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
She's
Shout out.
deserving of the accolades and the position that she's in. Shout out to the Spurs
For being brave enough to even make that move.
for being the ones to break her
Sure.
in, which I think Popovich was the key behind that because Becky Hammond also coached with him for the USA team.
They team, yep, sure did.
So that's how he kind of like ushered her
Already
in.
had her in. Yeah.
Like he went and talked to the San Antonio brass and like, yo, like
He knew she was ready.
Know
Then.
her stuff. She need a job.
Yeah.
She need to be on the bench.
And coming from Pop, that carries heavy weight. So
yeah. So
And y'all said she's the head coach.
yeah, right
So
now,
right now
she's officially the assistant coach on the team.
Yeah.
But right now, she's actually coaching the rest of the game because Popovich got threw out the game.
Why he get threw out?
Two technical
ejected.
Technical fouls for arguing foul calls, of course.
They can throw out a coach?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I got to do my research. Next year, I'm coming with this research.
When a coach gets thrown out the game, whoever is the assistant coach, like the head assistant coach, because he has multiple assistant coaches, but she's the head assistant coach now. She done moved up like the last 3 seasons. Like she was like one of the assistant coaches when she got hired, but she's like moved up and she's like the main assistant head coach. So he got thrown out. She's coaching.
Now she's in. Yep.
So
good job, Becky, with the good hair.
Shout out to all the women in basketball who doing their thing. I love the fact that
let's see what she look like.
Candace Parker is on TV.
She does a great job.
She's awesome.
She does
awesome.
That's gonna be That's gonna be a great move for her when she's done.
Yes. Yes.
I think she's perfect for it. She fit right.
She's articulate. She has a great basketball acumen. She is relatable. Yep. She's young. I love her holding her own. I love any woman who is holding their own in a male-driven industry. And so I tip my hat to any female podcast journalist. I tip my sports journalist. I just tip my hat to any woman in that industry.
Yeah, so women in that field, I tip my hat to Carrie Champion and Jamel Hill.
Yes.
Who have what I'm saying, taking their own path now. And
they got their own platform.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
they are in full control. You know what I'm saying?
We went to state together. Go green.
Shout out to Maria Taylor.
They want to do in media, and they're very well respected. So shout out.
Yep.
Shout out to them. What's up, Tangerine?
Two things. 2021, the year of the woman. Y'all be ready. It's already leading up to that. And my battery just said low battery.
Oh, we're about to wrap up. We probably would wrap up.
If it go off, y'all know why.
Well, I mean, we wrapped up 5 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? But
it was Jay on my Brian and Brock. They both their computers.
You gonna quit?
You guys get a 14-minute LeBron segment, so we were losing focus. That was your 14.
My LeBron segment was only supposed to be like 3-4 minutes.
That's what we started talking. I was trying to keep my talking to the chats, but I was getting distracted.
You interrupted now. We extending the time.
How did I get brought back in that though?
We can't even hear you. Go ahead, bud.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Sparring Session with myself, Jay on my grind, Tangerine with the shoulder love she giving y'all tonight.
Come on, shoulder.
Rock. Shout out to Professor G. Thank you. I'm glad that you made it in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the Sparring Session. We do this every Wednesday. Happy New Year to y'all in advance.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, y'all.
I hope
Happy New Year.
That you want to do, that you go out and get it. Don't wait. Go out and get it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, let me
get it.
Let me say this.
We're still firmly interested in this pandemic, but that don't mean that you can't make moves.
Yes,
I like that.
That you want to
I like that.
Go after it and do it. All right. And we'll see y'all next week.
In a whole new year.
Next year.
Whole new year, but guess what?
Next year.
On Sunday at 2:00, y'all can tune in to Groove Radio for the perfect pair with me and Marty. It'll be our first show.
Every Sunday at 2 p.m. The perfect pair. Make sure y'all check them out.
At 2.
So we gonna get out of here. Take y'all out with a little music. Again, we'll see y'all next week, next year,
next month.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Peace.
Oh, you about to play this? I love this song.
I love this song.
God.
This song is so smooth,
I
man.
love this song. Love this song.
Good and plenty. Just like Band-Aid.
Woo, woo, woo.
Oh,
He's not related. Is that his name? There's no relation to the Isley brothers, is it?
I don't
Yep.
think so. Is it?
Ron Isley is her uncle.
Dope.
Oh, no. Because his voice is just so smooth, man.
She got a song with Brandon too.
Take
Yeah.
up some space.
Hey,
Mm.
hey.
You're too far away. Make no mistake.
That bass line is sick.
Yes, it is.
Should stay. You'll get every little bit. You ain't never seen a drip like this. Heaven at your fingertips. Don't you let a minute slip. Just say you have me. Oh, taste it and see. Hope you don't sleep on me. I got good and plenty.
I bet all the spaces in between. It's magic when I taste you in the beam. An average day is spent all in the sheets. Emphatic when I tell you what you mean to me. Chemistry, intimate memories. Every time I give you all my energy. Emphasis, never sleep.
Never sleep. Say you have me. Oh, taste it and see. Hope you don't sleep on me. I got good and plenty.
I like that.
That sounded like they sampled Crown